Alright guys, we just finished our power and speed drills, making sure I'm recording here. And so we're moving into jumps. First set's just going to be a warm-up, just to make sure, everything's in a good place and, I don't fuck it up. And make sure these legs feel okay, because they were super sore during the sidewalk workout here. So I just want to make sure everything feels okay before we load up. Goal is 60 pounds for 5 sets of 3. I managed to do 60 pounds for 2 sets of 3 last week, and it didn't feel that bad, at least from what I can remember. So for 3 additional sets, I don't really think it should be a problem. I don't foresee a problem, but we're going to do probably 2 ramps to get there, so just the body weight, and then I'm going to do like 40 pounds. Just make sure that feels okay, and then we'll go to 60, and then rock that for 5 sets total. So anyway, we got the same old setup. I added the blue pad this week just because it's a little more in line with the bench. Previously, the box was lower, so it felt a little weird with my legs being up like this. So this is a little more, 90-90 here. So I'm assuming this will feel better. And then, of course, gotta make sure I don't rack my head on the ceiling fan, which, we're far enough out of the way, so it shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, 3 reps, and then we'll get to work. I didn't swap shoes yet. I feel like maybe I should have, because these are a little squishy, but then again, I don't know if it really matters. I'm not doing anything crazy, like, 100 plus pound, trap bar jumps or anything like that, so. Cool. Yeah, body weight felt fine. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to 40, see how that feels, and then 60 for our 5 sets. Okay, here we go. I'm jumping straight into it, no pun intended. And we got 20s, so 40 pounds total, 3 jumps. Set number 2 of technically 7, if you're counting every single one of them. Oop, oop, the pad is sliding. That might mess me up a little bit. There might be a way to secure that, or if I put the pad on bottom, because I don't think the pad moves if it's on the ground here. Yeah, it's a little more sticky, so we'll do that. Cool. All right, into our working sets. 40 pounds felt fine, so we're going up. That feels way better with the blue pad on the ground. Nice. Feeling pretty good. I might go 35, like 70 pounds total. I don't know. We'll see. All right, here we go. Set number 3. Only downside of these dumbbells so far is how big they are. So like doing stuff like this, I'm like holding my arms out super far. Is that 3 down? 2 to go? I feel like I'm clearing that, no problem. So you guys might see me go up to, what'd I say? 70. I'll probably boost this up to 70 real quick for the last set. All right, let's do it. By the way, on this last set here, I don't know if I ever showed you guys. Obviously, the bench isn't too tall. It's not even up to my knee. So, it's not very high, but I don't have a plyo box. And I thought about getting one, but I don't really do like box jumps that often. And I also am probably in the market for a box that's just a little bit higher than my flat bench, of course. But I think at a certain point too, box jumps become a little less about power production and more just about hip mobility. So if you can really jack up the knees towards your pecs, you know, I mean, you're not technically actually getting that high. You're creating another huge deficit just by pulling your leg up, as opposed to actually moving that far off the ground. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have a higher box, because one, I don't train box jumps that often, and two, I don't really care about like jumping super high to a box. I just care about jumping in terms of power production. So loading jumps, and normally I'll do like just jumps on the ground with load and just see how high I can clear that. And it's been working so far, so that's another reason why I haven't changed it, because it's like, you know, if I'm not running into an issue, why change it at all? So anyway, last one. And I did add the little change plates in here, so we're up at, what did I say, 70 pounds? Yeah. Nice. All right. So rotational throws. And again, with our med ball here, we don't use anything too heavy. This is literally a 6-pound med ball. So you're gonna breeze through 3 on each side, get through 5 sets, and we'll move into our prehab. The first set is feeling good. Oh yeah, we got the rhythm today. That feels good. Sliding a little bit on that one. With those throws, I try not to push it with my hands. I try to get like an eccentric loading, kind of like dipping back, and then the hands just kind of chill right here a little bit. Sometimes you'll see me push a little bit, and that's just, you know, bad motor patterns, quote unquote. But I try to keep most of it coming from that rear leg. Here, I catch the rebound, and it's like eccentric loading. Let it come back and out again. So anyway, 2 down, 3 to go. Kind of lost my catch there on that last one there. The ball was like out here when I caught it, and instead of reeling it back in to load it that way, I tried to swing it from the outside. Noticed it, you know, immediately, because you created this moment arm from the hip to the med ball, and you could just feel it was just so off. So that last one was super slow. We'll try and redeem ourselves on set 5. All right, here we go. Last one. Took a little bit more of my time there in between. Happens again on that side. I feel like it was better than the last set, but I fucked that one up too, so it is what it is. All right, moving into our prehab work. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up and get on with it. Now we're starting to get into the weights part. A little less power emphasis on things. Right. Leg extension isos. Do 2 sets of 40 seconds here. And we did add some weight. The 45-pound plate wasn't too bad last week. So I just added a 10. Going for 40 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And we're chilling until 10 after. So I sit back a little bit, you know, just mostly because of the way this is kind of constructed. But I'm kind of like shrimp backed right now. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but and then I just obsessively look at my watch. Ooh. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Whoa. Woo. Nice. All right, I'm gonna take a short break, and then we'll do that again before transitioning to the floor, where I'm gonna do the hip flexor pulls for 10 reps a side, and then we'll hop back over here onto this leg curl and bang out some little preparation hamstring work before we get into squats. Here we go, set number 2 after a pretty short break. Oh, timer's on. Funny, after or before the first set, kind of had some joint pain in the knees. After just one set, literally one set, the pain response is down immediately. So, I mean, if you aren't using isometrics for like prehab or rehab, whatever, like you should. They work great. I use them with some of my clients. And any joint, doesn't even matter what it is. You just got to get creative with the ISO. Oh God. Oh. Nice. We're gonna leave that weight on there for the leg curls. And we're gonna skedaddle over here to the band for some hip flexion pulls. Got it. That's not good. We haven't even heavy squatted yet. I'm already talking funny. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Set number 1. I did juice up the band resistance this time. Just a little bit. And again, we're just pulling this knee to chest. Tension on the band at all times, so I got to scoot away a little bit more. I know I probably scooted out of the frame too, but it's just one set here. Ugh. Easy 10. All right, here we go. Leg curls. Doing 2 sets of 10 here. Nothing too crazy. Again, we upped the weight, so it should feel fine for 10. Last week we were doing 15s, I believe, at 45. So trimmed a whole 5 reps off. Well, so I might have to go up from here for the second one. Oh. Giving you guys a great angle, and I'm sure a great audio pickup too. That's a combo winner right there, buddy. All right, one more. Ooh, bottomed out there. Good recovery. One more to go. Well, easy peasy. Time to squat. All right, guys, here we go. First set. Just the empty bar. Oh, and I'm still in my squishy shoes. I forgot. We'll just go ahead and knock it out. Fuck it. Swap in a second. Oh. Oh. Even in squishy shoes, feels fine. Let's go ahead and swap those out. We'll slap some weight on here. All right, fellas, here we go. First set with any weight on. And the first working set is going to be, I think, 280. 280 for 8. And I'm going 290 for 6. And then 300 for 4. And I feel like that should be pretty, like, right in line with what I'm looking for. But of course, we'll see how it feels once we get to like 225. But anyway. $135, feeling pretty okay. We'll go 185 from here. All right, here we go, 185. Remember, as we go up here, doing less and less reps to avoid wearing myself out. He says as he does about an hour workout before squatting. Oh. Doesn't feel terrible. 225. All right, here we go. 225, probably for a single, maybe a double, depending on how the first one feels. Now, this is all just feeling it out beforehand. Real fun doesn't start until we're at 280. I knew my stance was a little too wide. Oh, second one felt better. We'll go 255, I think. I think 255 is probably a safe bet over 265. But I feel like 265 would probably feel better prior to going to 280. I'll probably do 265 actually, thinking about it. We'll do 265. Because if that feels like shit, then I know 280 is going to feel like shit. Alright, so now recall what I had mentioned, I think in last week's video, or the video before that. Belt goes on early, just so that I am mentally prepared for what it feels like with the belt on. I don't want to go into my top set with all my sets feeling like shit or not feeling that good. And then I put the belt on for my top set and everything feels fine. Because I'm going in with the wrong perspective. So I put it on early to make sure that everything feels the way it's supposed to. And then I go into the top set with an accurate representation of how everything's going to go. So 265 on the bar. Just a single here, unless the single feels like shit, in which case I'll try and do another one to see if it feels better. And then we'll go 280 for 8. That probably felt as good as it possibly could have felt. So, great news. 280 for 8. And that'll most likely be the hardest one. We're in it, man. All right, fellas. Safeties are going up just because you never know. All right, 280 on the bar. Looking for 8 reps. Ugh. Oh, so that's probably the hardest one. And we're gonna get it to 290 for 6. All right, fellas, 290 for 6. $300 for 4 on the way. I think we're like right on target. So, kind of funny. I feel like this is where most people would be the most nervous, is when the bar is the heaviest. But it's only 4 reps. This is like my ideal zone right here. You know, I normally train conjugate year round, so 1 RMs are very normal in my training. I usually do 1 RMs like twice a week. And you know, I'll scale that to 2 and 3 RMs as well. Not really 4s. Maybe every once in a blue moon I will do a 4 RM, but like I said, the first and the second set, the 8 RM and the 6, I mean, those are the worst ones, for sure. those are fucking terrible. I hate doing those. But once we get like below 5, oh, we're chilling. So this is 300 for 4. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. If anything, I just really haven't squatted this heavy. Well, that's not true. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while. So if anything, it might just be a little bit of a shock just having it on my back. But I don't know. We'll find out. So let's go ahead and knock it out. A little bit of a grind up, but wasn't too bad. That's all done, thank God. We're gonna set up for Bulgarians now. We got 2 sets, and we're gonna do a precursor isometric before each set. So similar to some of the other things I've done during this block, we're gonna do 15 seconds at the bottom of the Bulgarian with weight in our hands, and we're gonna chill down there for like 15 seconds. And then go to failure. I'm looking for like 10 to 12 reps, and then we do it again on the other side. We're gonna do 2 sets of that, so should be fun. I'm gonna take a quick break, recover, and of course get the Bulgarian set up, and we'll roll. So I know I'm out of frame. Last week we did 50 pounds in each hand for 3 sets of 6, and that was with the slow eccentric. This week I'm going up. I'm going up to 10 to 12 reps is my goal with an isometric to start. So I went down in weight. I went down from 50 to 40. So we'll kind of see how this feels. 40, I mean, after squats, I don't know. There's no tempo here. It's just cranking them out. So we got to do a little bit of experimentation first for kind of how this is going to feel. But anyway, we're gonna sink down. I'm chilling for 15. I'll probably go back a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5. That was like right there. 50 will probably be a good failure weight for sure. Now I'm gonna chill for a little bit, just to let me kind of catch my breath. Oh. Nice. Yeah, we'll go to 50. All right. Set number 2. Didn't take too long of a break. About 75 seconds. But by the time I get over there and actually start, it'll probably be closer to 2 minutes. That's one of the things about rest periods you gotta be aware of. You know, sometimes people count the rest period as like, okay, and then I'll get up and go grab my weights and then work over to the station and whatever. You know, that's adding rest time. Like, you want to be really strict with your rest times, and that rest time's over, you're going again right now. A lot of people don't train that way. All right, 50s in hand. 15-second ISO. Into 10 to 12 reps. 12 is ideal. Oh, we're going down. I need to chill for just a second. Oh, fuck. That is a spicy meatball, my friend. Holy shit. And that's my strong side, too. I'm in danger. Oh, God. All right, go. Let's fucking go. Oh God. Fuck. Oh, Jesus. That was horrible. Oh. Probably should have done a warm-up set. Holy fuck. God. We'll clean it up. My dad already felt way better. One more of those, and then the finisher, and we'll be all done. Yeah, I'm in frame for this at least. That's what matters. His hamstrings are on fire. Oh. Ooh, buddy. Fuck. We'll just do it this way. Who cares? It's all the same shit. From the side. I hate these tiles because I slide on them. But yeah, I'm sliding all over the place. Whoa. Get over here. Feel that adductor strain down there. All right, where's my mace at? Woo! Make sure I don't hit anything again. Cool. Oh God. Okay. That stuff. Finally, the workout's over. Basically. I'm chilling. This nice little ankle care. I know some of you are probably like, what's the point of doing 12 calf raises? Not even remotely to failure. And it's not even about like trying to build my calves. It just feels good. Like my ankles, dude. My feet. Like, dude, that stretch at the bottom just feels fucking awesome. That's what a lot of this stuff is. You know, after heavy bilateral squats, getting some rotation in there, make my spine not feel so fucking jammed up and like shit. I like doing those as a warm-up too. I know you guys didn't really see the warm-up for any of these workouts, but rotation and lateral flexion and stuff feels great for a warm-up, especially if you're behind a desk all day or sitting in a chair like this all fucking day. Getting some spinal movement in there feels fucking great. Anyway, that's all. We're done. Right at 2 hours. Easy peasy. Tomorrow, tempo run. This is my post-workout yap right quick because I don't have much to say. Tomorrow, tempo run, which you guys haven't seen yet. I don't bother filming because it's just me running like 700 yards. Like, okay, no one cares. So I don't film that. But if you guys do want to see that, I can in the future. But tomorrow's tempo run, and then we'll be back on Thursday for upper body. All right? Nothing to report. This is week 4 of the first block. So I mean, I'm pumped with how everything's going. I'm excited to amp it up for block 2. So yeah, let's get after it, bro.